if you are currently getting corporate customers, like from a business or a hospital, I would encourage you to get to a stage where you can get to Lodgify soon, because you're going to want to collect that information so that you can reach back out to people directly and get them to come back. Remember, profitability this entire year, guys, this entire year is really going to come, yes, from getting new units, but making each unit profitable is going to come from your ability for frequency and margin. Frequency and margin, getting a person to come back and buy more, come back and buy more. That is how we make it long term anyway, but it is definitely how you make it through this year. Okay. So I would encourage you to, get there as soon as you can, Derek, but it's not like necessary, if that makes sense. Action does help deal with fear. However, at some point, there has to be a replacement by faith. At some point, and that can be at any point you choose. And what tends to help with that, or at least building that, is in making an intentional decision. And so that when you recognize these emotional triggers, like you're talking about, beginning to build under this table, some legs, if you will, as to why you believe what it is that you are stating that you believe. And that has to be done intentionally. It doesn't just magically appear one day. You have to have that as part of what as an outcome that you want. These are the 3 reasons I believe that an extended stay model will work in Costa Mesa for me. And some of it could be to deal, because I depending on what we're talking about, we all have various levels of this, to where maybe it's something as simple as you've never seen yourself as someone who could run 5, 10, 20 units or whatever it is. And that's actually what you're dealing with. All I know is if you ask me, is there a need for the type of housing in that area? The answer is yes. All I know is I'm not worried about it, but not because I don't have anything in that particular deal, but because I'm confident that there are individuals who desire what it is that you are offering, and that you have the tools that work because I've used them, designed them. We do our best to perfect them, etc. But understand, those are my table legs. You've got to develop yours so that you can stand.
Positive news on multiple fronts. I also feel like I've got a little bit of imposter syndrome, but up to 10 units and all are full right now. And
awesome.
And I am no longer employed by choice.
Whoa. What? No, you gotta say that again and louder.
I am no longer employed by choice. And that's where the imposter syndrome comes from.
What?
I've got this weird feeling of not knowing what to do.
Oh, it's Monday. What do I do? I understand.
Yeah.
You're like, wait. I don't have to go sit in traffic? Where's my lunch break? What do you mean whenever? I understand. I do. Congrats, man. That's exciting to hear.
Thanks. And the light freak out of, having to go get the food now as opposed to relying on someone to bring the food to me. So.
Yeah. No, that's real talk. And that's exactly what I'm talking. Oh my God, this is a great Monday. I mean, first Pam in her first unit and now this. Oh yes, because it is a part of your transition. We all we've all gone through it or go through it or will be going through it soon, depending on where we are. And what is exciting is now we're going to really find out. See, this is something, and this is just something to think about. some people sometimes tell me like, I'm good with money, or I'm good with time, or this, that, and the other. And I don't think you find out if you're good with the resource until you have an abundance of that resource. That's when you find out. When you have so little that you don't really have a choice at what happens when or where, it's like, okay, you're just barely, making it and trying to keep up. Now, though, you're in a position to where you can go, all right, let's design this thing for real and go. And I am excited to hear what you just said, my friend. Woo! That's got to be at least worth a big bowl of gumbo or something.
Actually, I took a couple weeks off I actually unplugged just to
that makes sense.
Wrap my mind around what I was doing, what was going on.
That absolutely is like, what just happened to me? Like, it is a life change. Yeah, absolutely, bro. 100%. Remember to do that when and if you ever have a child too.
I've reached out to Crystal and that are not employed anymore, just to help with nerves. And I'm going to reach out to Wendy and John to help plan out my new life.
Yes, exactly. You, sir, can now control. You, sir, choose. Yes. Sorry. I can't even tell you guys just how much it means to me when these types of things, when you get your first units, you get through that first breakthrough, to hear Mark going, just to be willing to admit I am dealing with fear. That is an amazing, all of those things matter. Woo, this is so good. Okay, who's next?
Jay, I just wanted to know your thoughts. This is an easy question for you, but my bookkeeper, how do I not get too involved with my bookkeeper? For example, I just want to automate everything every month. I have to send her the bank statements, and the second thing is for all my direct bookings, like if it's 3 months, 6 months, I get all the money upfront. So she kind of wants to know, okay, how does the revenue split? Which one goes for January? Which one goes to February? Which one goes to March? So how do I automate that without her every time asking me that? Because since I've got a few units, it's okay. But once I get more, I just don't want to get involved into that. So what do I do?
Good job recognizing the potential bottleneck and roadblock. What we have done is we give them direct access to the calendar so that they can reconcile that way. So they know they have direct access to all of the reservations, and they know how much has been received relative to each reservation. Because we kind of talked ahead of time, hey, when it comes from here, this is how it comes in, so that they have their process relative to where the reservations come from, which allows them to then reconcile and tie it back, to tie it all the way back. So that is a major part of what you are talking about, that I think if you just sat down one time and kind of said that and then laid that out, that then becomes just the way to operate. Because yes, it becomes untenable to be dealing with that over and over and over and over and over again. And then same with the bank. Many banks, I can't say for your bank, they have a financial only login or some sort of login that allows your bookkeeper or accountant or somebody to be able to just download transactions all on their own, again, without having to interrupt your day or do anything. And so again, the same thing happens where they can go grab the information and match it all up. Now you will still, in that process, you will still have to deal with the exceptions, meaning there will be some times where they're just like not sure what something is, and you'll want that smaller list of batched items on maybe once a week or once a month or once a something, so that they can then put those in the proper class and categories. But those two things would be that's what we do. That's how we do it. That's how I just stay at the report level. Give me the report. I don't want to be involved more than that.
Yeah, that's the same thing that I want to do. So access to the just the Logify calendar, because all my calendars are linked to the Logify.
Yeah,
Can we do that on Logify?
Access to Logify. They have access to Smart BNB. They have direct access to Airbnb and every other platform. I didn't want to have to remember or to think about, like, do they have access to this one but not that one? I just don't want to be bothered. So here, you have everything you need to execute your job, hopefully without ever asking me anything. It takes a while to get there, and it's smoother now than it's ever been.